Hi, I'm Katie from Riding Warehouse, and today I'm going to show you how to wrap a hoof for an abscess or for a stone bruise. This is a great skill to have because you may need to treat the hoof before your farrier or your vet sees your horse. Before we get started, we're going to need to gather a few supplies. You're going to need a packing material, gloves, duct tape, vet wrap, elasticon, diapers, a hoof pick, scissors, Epsom salts, and a bucket. For packing material, we suggest using a poultice. So today I have 3 choices. A poultice pad, which is a really nice solution because you can cut it to customize the hoof and it's a no mess solution. Or Sornomore poultice or an Epsom salt poultice. Both of these will work to draw the infection out of the hoof. However, today I'm going to be using the Epsom salt poultice. The first step is to soak the foot in water and Epsom salt. This helps draw out the infection. Simply use a small bucket, a couple cups of Epsom salts, and ideally warm water. If warm water isn't available, cold water will work. Try to soak the foot for 20 to 30 minutes. If your horse won't stand for that long, we offer a variety of hoof soaking boots, which can make the process easier for both horse and human. So while my horse's hoof is soaking, I'm going to start working on my duct tape boot. So you're going to use duct tape, and I like to use a table to kind of build the boot out. If you don't have a table, you can always use a wall, just a flat area where you can stick the duct tape to. So to begin with, I'm going to start cutting off strips. So when I'm going to make my strips, I'm not going to cut them too large, just enough to cover the bottom of the foot. And so I'm going to do my first row horizontally, making sure the strips are roughly around the same size. And I like to place them so they're a little bit overlapping. The strips don't have to be exactly the same size, but roughly will help keep the consistency the same. So once I do one row vertically, I'm going to come back and now I'm going to go horizontally, almost to form a weave. So once I'm happy with my duct tape boot, I'm going to take it off and I'm going to trim off the edges so that it becomes a little bit more round and it's going to fit on the hoof a little bit better. If you don't want to make your own duct tape boot, we do sell EquiFit packing boots. However, they're not as durable as the duct tape, so if you need to leave your boot on for more than 24 hours, we do suggest making your own. So now I'm going to start packing the hoof. It's really important once you start to have all your necessities really close at hand because you're going to need to be grabbing them as you're working. So I'm going to pick up the foot and I'm going to make sure that is all cleaned out. And make sure that you're starting with a clean slate. And now I'm going to take my packing material, which is that Epsom salt poultice, and I'm going to pour it all over the frog and the sole. I suggest using a glove so you just don't get it all over your hands. And spread that all out. I'm going to add a little bit more, just so it's all covered. You want to try to keep the hoof up so your packing material doesn't slide out. Now you're going to take the glove off really carefully and grab your baby diaper right here. And you want the little wings to go on the outside of the foot. And this works really well to keep your packing material in the hoof. Like so. Got that all there. Next, you're going to grab your vet wrap. And I like to start from the outside of the foot. Oh. And just go around the foot. You want to make sure you cover the whole thing. You don't need to do this too terribly tight, but just snug enough so that it's not going to slide off. And you take your scissors and cut it off. And pack that all down. All right, now that you've put on your vet wrap, you're going to take your duct tape boot that you made and you're gonna stick it right on. So the big thing about the duct tape boot is that you wanna make sure it's not so big that it touches the hairline. So you don't want that duct tape to pull any hair out. So you just put that on the middle and fold your duct tape around like so. And as you see, it's not touching the hair here, nor is it touching it up here by the cornet band. So that should be good. Now when you make the duct tape boot, you're going to need to reinforce the toe. So I'm gonna take strips of tape and I'm gonna just go right along the toe line and reinforce it right there. So this is really good because especially if you have a horse that paws, they're gonna wear down this area faster. I'm gonna take my other strip and just reinforce it there. So now your duct tape boot is complete. We can put his foot down, let him rest for a couple minutes. So the last thing I'm gonna put on him is the elasticon. And I'm just gonna place it right over the vet wrap, and this is just gonna kind of keep the whole boot on and add like a little bit more protection. So the thing about elasticon is you wanna make sure that you pull it out the length that you want, and then cut it. And you do this because you don't want it to constrict on their leg. So I'm just gonna cover, go on the back, cover the hairline, and lay it gently, like so. And now you have a complete hoof boot. Depending on your situation, we suggest leaving the boot on for 24 to 48 hours. However, if you're unsure, you can always consult your veterinarian or farrier. Thank you for watching this video. To view all our hoof care supplies, please visit us at ridingwarehouse.com. And to see more how-to videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel.